Alrighty, so we are live here, as you can see, for the severe weather threat in Florida. As you can see, there is a current line of showers and storms rolling through the area here. We do have special marine warnings out. That's pretty interesting. It expires in a minute. Wind gusts, so this would be around 40 miles an hour or so. Um, Pretty interesting there. Now, the main thing I'm going to be watching for though tonight is this area because I'm going to be live for quite a bit tonight, probably till about 11 or so, because of the tornado threat. Because there is a chance for some spin up tornadoes across these regions. Let's see. I should probably use like a red colored one. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what color I should use. Yeah, that's a little bit better. That's pretty good. All right, so the tornado threat in Florida. Obviously, we have a mesoscale discussion for the chance for some strong tornadoes up to 115 mile per hour winds. So as you see, we have a little bit of a storm moving through the St. Petersburg area. And if we take a look at the velocity, there's a little bit of spin on that one. We have the reflectivity. We have the velocity here. A slight bit of spin, definitely some strong winds coming on shore there. And then we have this area of interest here that I would be pretty interested in. This area right here in specific, this area of Boeing here, we are starting to see some we are starting to see some spin on this thing. As like the wind's going away from the radar and then the wind's going towards the radar. We are starting to see a little bit of spin. Hopefully this does not intensify, but we have this radar site over here. If we look at these storms, let's actually go ahead and put this in the double frame here. So this will be reflectivity and this will be velocity. So this storm right here is pretty interesting because it does have a slight bit of spin on it here. Let's see, just a little bit south of there. So it does have a slight bit of spin on the radar. Let's see, this storm will be pretty interesting right here. Let's see, right here, we do have quite a bit of wind with this storm here. This will be pretty interesting as the night moves on, but overall this general area is the main focus point. And then we have these areas offshore here a little bit that are spinning a slight bit. So that's really the main reason I went live is for the threat of tornadoes. And then we have these individual cells out ahead of the line. It's kind of hard to get on radar, but yes, they are producing some stronger winds. We don't have any severe thunderstorm warnings or anything out currently. Just 5 storm-based special weather statements. We don't have really much going on in Georgia anymore. Earlier today we had quite a bit going on there. Now we don't have so much. On the Jacksonville radar site, we do have a little bit of interesting activity going on here. We have maybe a little bit of spin here on this line, but overall nothing too concerning. Back over to the Tampa area. Let's see, this line of storms obviously being our main focus. As you can see, it has the gust front out ahead of it. Very strong winds. And then this area in specific here, near Plant City, is of interest here. As we have this Boeing feature. And also a little bit of a hook feature here just to the east of Plant City. It is right here. Somewhere in there. And yeah, that's producing some pretty strong winds. Now, please be sure to like the stream if you haven't already. But anyways, it'll be interesting to see how this storm plays out. Because obviously it's nowhere near as active as it was last night. We did have quite a few tornadoes move through. I wish we could see way out here, but unfortunately we can't. But as you can see, let's go back for like the past 21 frames here. Uh, so let's see. You can see how these storms have been moving. They've been training off the coast here. As you can see, they're just really moving in that, really moving in this general direction, like to the east-northeast. They're barely moving to the, or east-southeast, excuse me. They're barely moving to the southeast any, but they are moving some to the southeast. They're mostly moving east, though, which is, it's going to cause maybe some flooding issues in the areas that get heavier rainfall. Over Dover here, where we have this area of rotation, slight rotation. It has some rotation, but it doesn't have much at all on it. If we look at the correlation coefficient here, we don't really have much adding up here on the radar site. All this is probably just either hail or contamination there. We have this area right here that's slightly interesting. We have this slight area of spin in here. Let's see, this mesoscale discussion here. Probability of a tornado watch is 20%, but strong to damaging gusts and perhaps a brief tornado will continue for the next few hours across the Florida Peninsula, the north central Florida Peninsula specifically. Now, if you are watching, please say something in chat so that I know you're watching. In fact, maybe I could do this. Wait, I might have to like out my screen for this, but I'm still here, by the way, so okay, never mind. I don't have to do that. So anyways, we have this area of spin here. And that is moving through areas in Florida right here. We have this, this is another interesting area here near Gibsonia. We have this area potentially, so you can see we have this two areas. We have the inflow and somewhat of a slight outflow. It's not much wind at all, but it is some. It is there. And don't be surprised if you see some strong winds in this line that are not warned at all, because there is definitely a potential for strong winds along this line. The special marine warning expired, so none of the nothing is severe warned at this point at all, but I'm still gonna keep on live streaming because the potential is there for some really quick spin ups. And sometimes those things can go by really quickly without being able to even really notice them. This area obviously here is our prime concern near Dover. Oh, we just got a new scan. New radar scan. Let's check that out. So it moves slightly east. It moves slightly east here. We do have this newer area here of Boeing. Here, obviously, the area of Boeing is going to continue moving off to the east at a stable rate. And so, as we see that, we will probably see this slight rotation move towards Plant City here, and I believe we've seen that here. So there is some slight rotation here, and it's starting to pick up a little bit more. This is pretty concerning. We could see spin-ups anywhere along this line currently because there is a lot of friction. In fact, we do have the potential for some spin-up tornadoes that may go undetected between radar scans, and that's not good at all. So that's why I'm here covering it, to live stream it and see. Hopefully people that need to hear this message will tune in. But as you can see, we have a little bit of spin here, a little bit of going towards the radar and away from the radar. So this area of interest here will definitely be, I'll keep a close eye on that as the stream moves on. Hopefully this has a new scan over here near the Palm Bay radar site. I don't think it does, or nothing much has changed. One of those. So, still the same, moving towards Plant City. I would say the primary areas of concern would be on this side of the Boeing system. Although, really, tornadoes can spin up on any part of the Boeing system here. Like the bow echo here, somewhat of a bow echo. It's not much, but there's a little bit of a push, as you can see, from the strong winds. Okay, we just got a new radar update, and it's looking about the same. It just moves slightly to the east. So this line is continuing to move on to the east, as you can tell, through Plant City. Hopefully, since this seems to be a big city, hopefully no one is like hurt or anything from this, because there's, regardless of if there's a tornado or not, there's definitely some strong winds associated with this. As you can see, we continue to see some slight rotation on the south side of this. There is a 2% tornado threat. Let me see if I can get that overlay here. Severe weather overlay. We have the tornado day 1 threat. This is within the 2% tornado threat there. So it's not impossible that a tornado does form, even outside of the 2% threat. This is one of those days where I wouldn't be surprised to see like a tornado form outside of the threat. So that's pretty interesting. Let's see. I'll wait for the new radar scan, but as I do that, let's continue breaking down this. Okay, there's also another little area of rotation here. Let's see. This is somewhere in here, yeah. We do have a little bit of rotation. This green spot is just contamination. However, these gray spots are not. So we do have a area of interest there as well. This area of interest here in near Plant City, we have this area of potential spin in the atmosphere. Hopefully nothing comes of it, but just in case, I'm gonna stay alive for it. We have this Boeing system here, this Boeing area segment in the line. This goes all the way out past Winston a little bit, so that's pretty interesting to see. Through the radar updates and everything, let's see. We have this area right here of potential rotation, as I've been saying. We could see a spin up really anywhere along this line for rotation. Oh, there's the new radar scan, and it is confirming the potential rotation, and it might be getting a little bit stronger as we speak, because of the, just like, look at that. I mean, let's see. Let me see if I can do anything with that. Yeah, that's pretty good. Anyways, we do have this area of rotation here. This is the winds going towards the radar, winds going away from the radar. We have them converging right here, a potential spin. Hopefully there's no tornado, but there could be an area of spin here, as well as maybe a little bit of an area of spin with this storm right here. If we take a look, let's see. If people are still in the chat, someone please like type in the chat or something to let me know if there's people still watching. We have obviously Plant City in the area of, like, just to the south of Plant City would be the area of potential danger. We could, obviously there's probably like a shelf cloud or something right here through this area. Okay, it just moved off to the east even more. Okay, and okay, someone's still watching. Thank you, Jersey Devil, for still sticking around. I see there's 3 people watching, so there's a few other people watching as well, hopefully. So we'll just wait for the radar update on the velocity, and it just updated, and it continues to show a slight area of rotation. Nothing's really changing much. Let's check in on our other areas here. So we have the radar here near Melbourne. We could have, let's see, slight area, I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell on that radar, so we're just going to stick to over here because this is the area of actual, like, maybe potential rotation where we have a lot of this moisture situating of itself over here. So we have a lot of that going on here. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out what should, let's see, when is this radar scan gonna update? Because whenever this radar scan updates, this will be really interesting to see how this bow progresses. A slight bow here in the line, a little bulge here. This would be a prime area of interest, obviously, for tornadoes, specifically along this boundary here, where we have the strong winds going towards the radar, obviously the inflow. And then we have like the outflow here right near Plant City. So this is the obvious area of convergence here of the winds. Now that could create some potential rotation here. Okay, the radar scan is in, and we do have, okay, this is slightly more concerning because as you see, there it's starting to wrap around more right in here. And this is a key indicator of an inflow starting to develop. And then we have the outflow, obviously. So this is a little bit concerning here. And then obviously we have this starting to develop out ahead of it, but okay, we do have that signal as well here on the velocity radar. We have the winds flowing in, and then we have the outflow sort of. So that's a little bit concerning, and we still have this area of friction here to the southwest of Plant City in here. And then we also have this area of now new concern. So we don't have any tornado warnings as of the moment, but we do have this interesting area here. Obviously, we got the outflow here, and then we got the inflow here. So potential rotation here. Obviously, I'm just identifying potential concerning areas, although if anything, I don't think any tornado is on the ground as of the moment. I'm mostly just pointing spots that could develop at this point. Like, I'm not pointing out spots that I think should be tornado warned. I'm pointing out spots that could develop a tornado sometime in the future. Obviously, there's a very short window for this to happen, so if that doesn't occur within the right time, then this whole setup here won't produce anything. But if the right conditions set up here at the right time, we'll just have to see. Obviously, I'm not trying to, like, I don't know. I guess, like, what I'm trying to say is this live stream is not just to, like, scare people. It's just to keep people aware, because these are areas that could potentially be impacted by bad storms or anything like that. We may have a little, let's see, this clearing area may not be an inflow at all, actually. It may just be from this area of concern here. Not area of concern, but this just area of precipitation kind of clearing this out. Although we do have something interesting here near Plant City developing. We'll just have to check this out. This is a little bit of an area of concern, although it's just like very, very light rotation at the moment. Nothing very concerning at all at the moment. we kind of have, let's see, this area near Winston, nothing concerning at all. We just have some very, very weak rotation here, nothing unusual. Um, just areas of potential development in the future to watch for, because after all, this is an unstable environment that could be favorable for tornadoes. And as we move off to the right here, you see that another radar site here. Uh, let's see, that doesn't give us a good view of really much. So back to this radar site here. Hopefully Plant City is in the clear at this point, because it looks like they're still on the leading edge of this storm. Like, because of how, like, the easterly motion has been taking, like, going towards the east. And hold on a second. Um oh yeah, sorry, I was muted. My bad. Um so what I was saying was this area potentially emerging from the storm here. Um and that's a concern from the Boeing segment, although nothing overly concerning at this point, nothing definitively that's probably going to produce a tornado in the future. Thanks for pointing that out. But this area here, we do have some converging winds, though. So we'll just have to see how that all plays out there. Now, after all, this line of storms does have a history of producing severe weather. Okay, we just got the new scan in. And this Bowie segment is really starting to bow out now. We can even start to see a little dry area appearing back here. So this is really starting to get more, this is starting to pick up in intensity a little bit. Yeah, we do have still a little bit of friction here. Okay. This is starting a little bit to look a little bit more concerning, although nothing like too concerning. I mean, we could look at the, let's see. Let's look at the echo tops here. Let's see how high the storm is. And we have about, let's see, what is this? Let's see, 37,000 feet tops. Around 30,000 feet tops. So it's more of like a mid-range setup here, a medium height. If we take a look at the correlation coefficient here, we might be able to see a little bit of hail over here towards Lakeland, and that might be a little bit of a hail spike there. A little bit indicator of hail, so we could have some hail with this storm as well. So this Boeing segment continuing to take its shape as we have this obvious area here, although nothing too very like concerning at this point. Um, so like at this point, it's more just like an area of potential development. So as I keep saying, this is moving into an environment that could potentially be favorable for tornadoes. Could potentially, and so earlier we had it a lot more favorable, but at this point, uh, the Storm Prediction Center clearly thinks that there's still some potential, so that's why I'm going live. We have this area here, just to the east of Crystal Lake, of this inflow here, potential inflow that would aid in storm development here. We're starting to see a little bit more of defined area here. Something to definitely keep a close eye on. Very interesting there. We have this spot here, this spot here. All these little spots popping up of these darker gray, or like the more greenish grays. And that would be indicative of more rotation, potentially. And then obviously we have these areas back towards Dover. So this area and this area, obviously, so a little concern here, especially if we do see this able to wrap around and do a proper hook. Because right now it's more just like this, and if we do see a little bit of a outflow start to take shape here, out of Dover here, if we do see a little bit of an outflow surge here, we could see that aid in storm development a little bit. And if this were to take like a really, really good hook shape, I would be more concerned. But as long as this doesn't take too good of a hook shape, and then this area right here near Plant City, this area is concerning right here. So right in here. Okay, the radar just did a new scan. Wow, it's really, really starting to bow out here. As you can see, we have all this bowing segment in the line. Let's see how this holds up on the velocity scan, because the velocity scan usually, okay, pretty much about the same essentially. Wait, I don't think it scanned. I don't know, did the velocity scan? I'm not sure. That may have just been me clicking that. So we'll wait for the velocity to scan, but in the meantime, this area and then these areas are areas to watch for potential storm development. We have this area around Peachtree City, obviously. Not Peachtree City, Plant City, excuse me. Plant City. And as that new scan came in, it was directly south of here. So let's look at I don't know if the velocity scan updated yet or not. I don't know if the velocity updated, but we also have a secondary bowing area here. This one is I would say the primary. We can see a clean bowing segment start to develop, maybe even a little bit of a rear inflow starting to develop here. Generally, these storms are obviously going to have the potential to be strong. Obviously, maybe even some reaching the severe level. So in this area, we do have the concern as well for that potential storm development and growth. Potential growth of these storms. In the meantime, okay, I'm going to blank out my screen real quick so that I can pull up the, let's see, the 511 Florida. So like the Florida traffic cams. Yeah, traffic cameras. Okay, here. So we got the traffic cameras pulled up here. I can unblank my screen here. Let's see. So let's match this up. We have here just south of Lakeland and Plant City. So just south of Lakeland and Plant City. Perfect. We have these cameras. Um, I don't know if it actually shows like video footage or anything like that. Does it show streaming video? Okay, yeah, it's supposed to be streaming a video here of the show video. Okay, that's it. Okay, yeah, we have some wind and lightning here. So it is starting to get windy there. Let's pull up this video, show video. We have a nice area here of storms. I don't know if we could get any further south of this. Let's see how the conditions are in Plant City here. Looks like it's pretty windy here. So pretty windy here in Plant City. To the south and east of Lakeland, more to the south and east. Not too much going on, but directly south of Lakeland, it's a little rainy and windy and some lightning there. So we got that going on. The areas of potential concern are starting to really let up now. So these storms may not do a whole lot, but we can detect the intensity. Let's do like 5-minute intervals. Let's see. Okay, so we do have this new lightning strike here. Although a more intense storm would have more lightning strikes than that. Okay, new strike up here. So I'm not seeing much at all. I may actually go like cut the live stream because these storms are not really intense much. I mean, as you can see, we have like the lightning strike here and a lightning strike here, and that is it. That is all. So these are not very intense storms. Obviously, lightning frequency is somewhat of a good way to track intense storms, but it's not really like the best way. So I'm probably going to cut the live stream here. So I will see y'all next